In exactly 2 days, the public sale of Synthswap will be done. All right. So originally they changed the structure a bit after the backlash that the team has received from the first public pre-sale. Honestly, all the terms and conditions of the first one were written in both white papers of ZyberSwap and Synthswap, but because it wasn't so clear apparently to the whole mass of people, they tiered up the public pre-sale, and each tier 0, 150, 150, 350, 350, 600 ETH has a specific listing price, meaning if you were part of the first tier, you have the biggest advantage, being that the official listing price of the token will be at 0.03 ETH. So I'm gonna quickly go over the new terms of the pre-sale and also remind everyone about the tokenomic structure, because I've seen that some people are not really aware of how all of this will pan out. I do want to highlight few key figures for people to understand when it comes to approaching something like this. So in essence, it's very important for you to understand that this pre-sale is running on both the Synthswap official user interface as well as ZyberSwap's So it's essentially very important for you to understand that this pre-sale is not only running on Synthswap's launchpad, but also on ZyberSwap's. Why? Because on ZyberSwap, so if I go right now and go to the launchpad of ZyberSwap, you're gonna see that the people who actually staked their ZIP tokens inside the vaults, and if they want to contribute, they're going to be getting a 10% discount depending on their stake. All right, so there is a discount here. For example, you can clearly see that it ranges from 100 to 250, and the number of days that you have to commit in regards to staking your tokens decreases, of course, the more tokens you put in. So that's enough of the pre-sale itself. Now I do want to point out something very crucial, because I did display the tokenomic structure previously. I just want to reiterate a few things for people to really understand how this model is going to be so much better than whatever ZyberSwap currently has. And like I said, the team has mentioned twice or even 3 times that ZyberSwap's tokenomics model will at some point mimic Synthswap's. So just quickly, I'm going to show you the flywheel or the inflows that you would expect if you want to enter the protocol. Disregarding the fact that if you already entered the pre-sale, or if you don't want to enter the pre-sale. So just logically speaking, this is what you should be expecting to do in regards to leverage the highest possible return from the platform itself. So assume that you are someone who already has the token. So you enter the pre-sale, you have the Synth token. Put that on the side for 1 second. So normally speaking, what you should see here is that you're gonna be utilizing Gamma or Algebra, any pair. So ETH USDC, for example, is one of them. There will be also a stable pair, USDC USDT. There also will be most probably US RAB BTC USDC. So again, the pairs that will launch with the platform are displayed in the white paper. So no more V2, is just Gamma and Algebra. So you utilize Gamma and Algebra, you're going to be earning both Synth and xSynth. Now xSynth, again, if you're not familiar with what that means, it's an escrowed version of the token that you can only stake. So both tokens can also be staked. Synth gives you more xSynth, and the more you increase your position in xSynth, the more fees you're going to be earning, portion of the fees from the protocol itself. So it all revolves around that section. And by just staking your Algebra liquidity in ETH USDC, for example, you're also going to be earning additional fees. So you can clearly get an idea of where I'm going with this. So if you have Synth tokens, stake them for more xSynth, add LP to get more xSynth, stake your xSynth, take fees from that, and also take fees from your Algebra pair. Now, If you don't want to go about and set your own range with algebra, which is the equivalent of Uniswap v3, you can go the gamma route. The only thing you'll be missing on are those extra fees, but it's a less riskier play because gamma is going to keep adjusting that range for you. All right, so that's the only caveat here, but overall you can see how the whole flow will be going, which is, like I said, quite different from ZipSwap. That's something that I really wanted to reiterate for people to understand, that this isn't a curve model, it's a bit different. And just for context, just to highlight the sheer amount of decreased emissions that you can expect from this token itself, because okay, you are providing liquidity, you're getting synth and xsynth, but the total supply is nothing but 60k, and only 25% of that, which is equal to 15,000 tokens, are the number of tokens that will be granted to LP stakers, which is practically not much, and that is, you know, linearly given over a period of 3 years. So in actuality, the number of tokens that you'll be receiving for your LPs aren't gonna account to that many, and that is something that makes this token a bit more premium than the ZIP token that has 20 million as total supply and has almost 0.1718 ZIP tokens emitted per second. All right, so you can clearly see that the scope is quite different in regards to how the tokenomic structure is. And to give you just a glimpse of what to expect in price action if everything goes well, of course, you have a similar token called Grail, and this one was basically released through the Camelot DEX. That the Camelot DEX has been running for some time now, and look at the chart, right? So the chart is in a clear uptrend. Now, I'm not saying that the price will reach 2.2k per token. I'm just giving you the idea of what you can expect, because at the end of the day, with such a small supply and with such a small distribution in regards to LP holders, you're gonna be expecting. And keep in mind that if the DEX itself is gonna account for, I don't know, a third or a fourth of what ZyberSwap is doing in volume, you can expect a lot of demand for the xSynth token that can only be achieved through either providing LP or staking your synth token. That is the only way, you know, to trade it on the open market, and that's the only way to provide sell pressure, is from people generating it. And if there's not much to actually generate, and there's more demand because the fees basically offset or even outweigh the sell pressure from the native asset, then expect an uptrend. Overall, of course, there will be ups and downs. I'm not sure where the price will end, so imagine if it starts at 0.3 ETH, we might as well go as big as 0.5 ETH in the short to medium term. All right, so again, no price predictions. This is not something I like to give. This is just a chart that could be mirrored, not in terms of price action, but at least in terms of pattern. All right, so keep that in mind. So again, 2 more days. If you want to contribute, you still have the time to do so. And it's very important for you to understand how everything is going to play out before jumping into this. But please study ZyberSwap as well, because it's the same team and essentially it's the same people bringing this up here. And one last thing, if you go ahead right now and check ZyberSwap volume, yesterday alone was very close to 70 million in the 24-hour time frame. All right, so they're doing a lot. I think they're already way above 2.4 billion in their lifespan, which is pretty impressive considering they're just a few months old. That's something to keep in mind. And this volume is not generally derived from just people going on the swap and trading A versus B. You have other protocols that build on top of these routers, and because of this happens, right? You have bots, you have external protocols, so all of this comes together to give you this sheer amount of volume. And if you are, for example, the first mover in regards to a DEX on a certain protocol, or if yours has less fees and is very easy to navigate, then you're most probably gonna get most of the traffic. So I'm honestly pretty excited to see what this DEX brings to the zksync blockchain, and I'm looking forward to it.